Scott was a sports figure, of course he would be J.J. Watt, because everybody thinks J.J. Watt is with Scott anyways, 24 hours a day.
Like J.J., Scott is everywhere, and he helps people out all throughout our community. He's relentless in getting done things that we need to get done for all of us.
When HEB first asked me to move to Houston 14 years ago, I went home and I said to my wife, we need to come up with a reason not to go. Because I'd heard all these stories about Houston. Busy, traffic, pollution, and a year later we looked at ourselves and said, what were we thinking? And now you'd have to blow us out of this city, that this is the best place that we've ever lived. And why? It's because of places like the Jewish Community Center. It's like, it's a city where if you come and you try to make a difference, the community embraces you.
Scott is everywhere, whether it's in the hundreds of stores all around the region that he takes care of or all around our community. Scott is literally everywhere in the Houston community.
We suffered a lot of floods in this area in the last 2 years, and during the latest one, I went into Scott McClelland's office and I said, you know, I grew up here and this area around our store at Bracewood and Chimney Rock is devastated. I think we need to do something. What can we do? He said, give me a couple hours and I'll get back to you. 2 hours later, he said, okay, meet me at the store tomorrow with your tennis shoes and your HEB t-shirt, and we're gonna go door to door and hand out gift cards to everyone in the neighborhood so that they can come and buy products from HEB, because I know that their pantries have been ruined by the flood. And I said, we're gonna go, you and me? You're gonna go pass out these gift cards? And he was like, absolutely, meet me there. We'll get a few more partners and we'll call it a day and see what we can do.
So much of it is a part of his personality. You know, I've known him since I was 16. So, I mean, he's just a positive person and he's a natural leader. He has this infectious way of getting people around him and being really excited about what he does. And it's just natural.
There's no greater champion for public school education in the state of Texas than Scott and HEB, particularly as it relates to early childhood education. With Scott's work with Early Matters, with Mr. Butt's contribution of $100 million to positively impact public education within our state, they are doing so much.
I think he really throws his passion behind feeding the hungry at the food bank and really trying to make a difference in public education, because that really affects our city.
HEB is strongly committed to public education. You know, two things that a child can't choose are your parents and what zip code you're born into. And so what we want is really to have our schools turn out kids who have control and the ability to go on to achieve what they want.
Scott's leadership in our community is all about kids, whether it's his leadership at the Houston Food Bank and the Backpack Buddies program, which feeds tens of thousands of kids in our community and schools all over, whether it's through Brighter Bites, co-founded by Lisa Helfman, our co-chair for tonight's event, or through Early Matters, which is pushing for early childhood education throughout our community for everyone. Scott has been pushing all of us to be better and to serve kids in our community.
If we didn't have great leaders like Scott McClelland and HEB in our community, we'd definitely be worse off. HEB gives 5% of their after-tax profits to important organizations across our community. And those dollars make a big difference. But more importantly, they lead by example. Because of what they do, they inspire others to step up and make a difference in the community.
HEB and Scott's commitment to education is like nothing I've ever seen in this community, and that is, you know, what this scholarship ball is about providing great education opportunities to all parts of our community, and that's the pillar of what HEB strives for.
Well, it's such an honor for the JCC to recognize HEB for the role that we have played in the community. And we try to be a good community citizen, and when someone recognizes us, obviously that makes us feel proud. And it's just the spirit of the community in total. And that's why I'm proud to live in Houston.